moves into the Season 4 land. Will it be NRG or Rogue? NRG trying to defend their 3-time North American title here.
An immediate demo onto net, but Jacob won't be able to capitalize on it. Him and the Batmobile as well.
We'll see Fireburner try to clear this one out. Sizz in the midfield to play it back into the corner. And they'll look, send it away. Here comes the shot. Matt puts it through, and that's Rogue with the early lead.
This was heads up from Insolence, turning around immediately to contest this, knowing Garrett G didn't have the angle. He just bodied it. Garrett unable to get it clear, push it out. Matt and Sizz both in a kind of panic, but at that point just capitalize, get there in time. There's no point in hesitating. You don't want to throw away an opportunity like that.
Rogue will strike first here in game number 1. Gotta try, gotta win 4 to move on. Oh dear, a back touch there. Fireburner will clear it away before Matt could finish it off. Now, Fireburner will look for a transition. Sizz into the blue once more. Garrett G. Slow play, keeps in the corner. It allows his teammates to move in behind him. Fireburner airborne, this ball going back towards the net. It'll be Jacob who has to get out first. He'll play it away. Jacob rocking the Batmobile. Not the car he's most commonly seen on, but at this point, I don't know if Jacob has a most common car. Fireburner will play this one back down towards the goal. It'll be cleared away by Insol.
You can see NRG already showed up to this match with a tactic. Nearly 3 attempts on goalie already. They're trying to mess them up. They understand their defense is strong, especially Insolence's. The last time these two teams met up against each other, Insol got, what was it, 14 saves? 13 saves.
These guys having to play a lot of defense there because they were still unable to come up with the win. And as you said, you watch NRG, the one when he has ball control, he'll put it to the corner and oftentimes go straight for the goalie. Looking to remove that defensive positioning. Sizz will get it past Fireburner. It's just Jacob in the back. Sizz moves into the corner. Jacob will watch, look for second touch here. They'll play it away from Sizz. Matt puts it to the corner to get away from Garrett. But Jacob out of goal, down the field and into the orange corner. Just trying to wrap around. Jacob takes it from him onto the backboard. Garrett G's up and they'll put it through. Teamwork here. Jacob gets the goal as they pitch that one in.
Jacob trying to fall down on this. I don't know if they thought he was going to get this maybe. Garrett, Insol, and Matt both going up for it. Matt with the delay, I don't know. He had no boost is what it was. He had 0 boost in net. So even with a weak double jump all the way up to the crossbar, I don't think he would have had the momentum to truly block something that quick.
Yeah, plenty of bodies there just to push it through. And NRG ties it up. 3 minutes left to go here in game number 1. Fireburner out in front. Garrett G's got an open net to shoot at. Catching the defense on the rotation. NRG takes the lead.
Might as well take the lead whenever you get a chance. We see Jacob going for the bump on Sizz again. He actually did successfully. NRG had a plan going into this match, and it was bumps.
They find the way to get the goalie out of net. And Garrett G will put it in. A 1-goal lead now. As Jacob puts it down. Insol lofting it. Sizz to follow through. Fireburner plays it away, but Matt moves up as well. Sizz will look for the goalie. He'll bump Garrett. Insol should be able to drop this through. No! Jacob comes in underneath and sends it away. They tried to give NRG a taste of their own medicine, but Jacob's able to keep that one out and keep NRG in the lead.
If it remains getting this physical, if this just gets more and more physical as this series goes on, especially with the demolitions we've been seeing with the most recent patch, this could get ugly.
Sizz to loft this one high. Both Fireburner and Jacob up. Garrett G a bit tangled in the corner. Insol will have an opportunity to shoot. He'll put it past one, but it is high, and Jacob will be able to block on the ground. Fireburner now to try and move it back out. Insol put it in the middle. Jacob towards the box. Sizz has to play to the side. Insol gets demoed in net, but Matt has the block in the corner. It allows space for Insol to respawn. They should be able to hold this one off.
Matt just saved his team. Not only did Insol get demolished, but Sizz got bumped right after. So that, oh my God! The clear from Matt almost directly on target.
Nearly goes in, but Garrett G able to send it to the side. What was already wide. Now Sizz up. Actually misses. Now Insol over the top of one. Matt will touch it after Jacob got the clear, but it goes to the side. And the physical plays from NRG just continue. Even on that last drive when they weren't going to score, the ball was already being cleared. They got the demolition on the Sizz, and now they're bumping in the midfield already as well. Sizz out in the blue. Matt will play this one down, but Jacob onto the backboard. He looks for Insol, stomps on him. Not enough to break up the play just yet. But this is the play. for NRG right now. Matt to put it onto the backboard. Can he double tap this one? He just falls back, allows Insel to move up, and Garrett G gets the clear. 1:17 left on the clock. It's still a 1-goal lead for NRG in game one.
It used to be a lot riskier to go for demolitions, but as people get better and quicker and kind of getting accustomed to that spaced out. Oh, Jacob with the touch over to Fireburner.
Now Fireburner to Jacob. It looked like he was going to go back. They were able to get the 1-2-1 play. Now Jacob over the top of one. Can he get it past Sizz? No. Sizz will be able to send it to the side as Matt rotates into goal. Final minute here. And then Rogue still looking to tie up the game. A demolition on his Sizz, though. He looked like he maybe had the cherry pick, and now it's gone. Insel has to play this to the side. He was trying to move out. They wanted to break out onto offense, but he's immediately shut down by Jacob, and Matt will be able to clear it to the corner. Garrett G. Trying to go underneath Insel. Right now, the 50-50 is going in Rogue's favor, keeping this ball in the corner. 30 seconds remaining. They need this goal. Garrett G, the last man back. He's getting bumped by Sizz as Jacob tries to rotate in. The defense a bit of a muck here for NRG. And so we'll get it away from Jacob before he could put in the final clincher here. Garrett tried to take another shot, but Matt had it away. Now Sizz down the field. Jacob has fallen back. No reason to be overly aggressive. Final countdown happens here. Jacob will send another shot towards the net. It's wide. And Insel and Matt able to move this one down, but there's Fireburner. This one will drop. Jacob will let it move, and that's NRG with the victory here in game number one.
And remember, this is a best-of-7 series, which we have not seen yet this season. A little bit longer, a little more drawn out, a little more endurance will be needed from these players just to keep your head on you. If you get a loss, you have a lot more opportunity now to make the comeback. But this was only a 1-goal game. Shots actually in favor of Rogue. We saw a lot of demolitions and bumps coming from NRG, but a couple of times, especially when they were up by a single goal, they almost got caught trying to cheat on defense because they were dedicating a bit too much for the demolition. So towards the last minute or so, you noticed they were retreating a lot more. They'd get the one shot, they'd fall back, doesn't matter, get a bunch of hard clears, steal as much boost as possible. One of their goals was actually because Matt also had no boost in net. So they are just trying to get as much control their opponents have as possible.
Yeah, you pointed it out that Rogue having nearly double shots here, 9-5 over NRG, but it felt like the vast majority of their shots were taken like straight at a goalie. The goalies were always up there and blocking, getting right in the way, and though there was a lot of action happening in the NRG box, the vast majority of it was very well defended. Even if it was sort of backwards defense, we saw some haphazard defense where the rotations were just not quite there for NRG, but still able to get the blocks they needed, hold on, and get the victory here in game one.
And when you talk about NRG, especially mostly last season when we described them, Garrett G was that third position. He was always on defense, always sitting back, making sure to clear it, letting the other two do what they do, right? Letting Jacob kind of have that free position, be chaotic, get the bumps. Fireburner getting bumps as well. Garrett G is such a consistent defender, honestly, just a consistent player. You want to put that guy probably in the safe space. Put him on defense so you don't let anything silly go through, and then let your strikers and creative players take all the shots.
Game number two, we'll start with the cheat-up kickoff from Rogue. We'll have the ball in the blue. 50-50 is going pretty neutral here. Sizzle put it to the side. Had the opportunity to shoot at Fireburner, but opted not to. Matt will look to place this on the backboard. And then found Jacob in net as well, but Garrett G had the clear, and there was no follow-up pressure from Rogue. That demo will go unutilized. Sizz to move this one in. Garrett G gets that one away despite the zone from Insel. He's trying to make his life hard in net. Both teams going for the physical play. The one plays the ball up and sets it up for the two, and then the one moves in to try and demolish or bump a goalie. It's a really smart play. We have yet to see this be as heavily used as we have in this series.
And already, right off the bat, they did it in game one, which generally teams tend to play safer and play their comfort zone, but no one's hesitating this match.
Fireburner on the backboard. Sizz is there. Oh, but he drops it right back. Fireburner with the read. Beautiful play, and NRG strikes.
Watching this from Fireburner's perspective, he gets that first touch on the backboard. Doesn't know if Sizz is... Oh, he actually didn't make any contact. I thought Sizz made any at all, but the streak on that ball was still blue as it came out to Fireburner's axles, and he drops it right into net. 1 goal up, 1 minute in.
Yeah, it did look like Sizz touched it in some way, and Fireburner just had the read, but he had the read either way. Got that one in, and NRG has the lead. Now Sizz in the corner. Pass to one. Garrett G goes up, and Sizzle just played it past him, and two players miss. Insel cannot make the save, and NRG holds on, dodging that bullet. Jacob up to try and play it into the box. He wins that 50-50, but Insel will be able to pinch it back into the corner. It'll be up to Garrett G. Gets it past one. Sizz on the wall. Will try to get it. He'll make contact this time and save it. And Insole will get the pass past Fireburner. Matt passed him as well. Can't Sizz touch this one back down to his teammate. Tried to. Garrett G able to rotate back in time, get it away. And now NRG out on the offense again. This one a bit high, but this follow-up from Fireburner goes in. 2-0 NRG.
Creativity from Rogue on that attack, but just a little bit short on execution in the counterattack immediately. Jacob out, supported by Fireburner. Probably wanted the shot. I think it would have gone in had Jacob been able to put it on target. But still, having that support, having that consistent support, these two guys have been playing together for, at this point, I can almost say years, plurally.
Yeah, for Jacob and Fireburner, as much of a duo as Matt and Sizz at this point. Sizz to try and drop this down, but doesn't make contact. Insole to put it in, and it goes off the crossbar. Matt's airborne. Can Garrett G get there? No. Matt puts it in, and Rogue's on the board.
Watch how quickly Matt has to get up for this. He needs to get on top of this ball. The moment it hits that crossbar and bounces up, he double jumps so fast, rotates around. Phenomenal execution. Matt dropping that straight down under the crossbar. Now keeping it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, 3:05 left to go, and Rogue very much still in it in game number 2. Kickoff going very much in NRG's favor, but it's a slow enough roller that the double boost pickup from Rogue won't hurt them. Jacob misses in the midfield. Matt will take a shot, and Fireburner has to save it to the side, but he gets not only the save, but also the clear to the corner. Will effectively break up the offense here. Jacob with the long shot down the field. The defense was all just out. They were out trying to make that offensive push work, and Jacob will capitalize.
They were trying to turn it around immediately. Insole down back to Sizz. He thought Insole and Sizz either wasn't going to touch it or would put it towards the wall. You saw Sizz cheating up towards that wall to try and support his teammates to push it up in there. But the moment it drops mid, he won't get there in time. Now 2 goals up for NRG.
We re-increase the lead here. Back up to 2. Sizz spending a lot of time there in the blue box looking for goalies. Won't find anything just yet. Matt soft touch goes back into the blue, but Fireburner's the only one around. He'll get a boomer of a clear all the way to the backboard. Garrett G with a follow-up, and he'll send it to the side. Insole now looking for Sizz. Matt's in the corner as well. Doesn't have anyone to pass to. NRG will get it past the front line, but Sizz gets one, and he'll be looking for Garrett G in net. Falls back, allows Matt to take the shot here. Fireburner gets the save off to the side. And now the run down the field. Can they pinch this one in? They try to make it work, but it is wide. It was a good effort there, knowing there was no goalies back. That was the only way they were going to beat Sizz. Oh my goodness, the passes from Matt and Sizz broken up there by Garrett G. NRG getting the defense. Jacob now with the save. 1:50 left to go. Still the 2-goal lead here for NRG. Garrett G alone with the ball. Play this one high, and Matt plays it out to the midfield. But the long reads from NRG is keeping this ball in the orange. Finally, Matt and Insole able to break it out, but Garrett G in front of his own box. He'll find Jacob. They'll win the 50-50. Matt can play this one away, but Garrett G just stays on the ground, knows where it's going to go. Tries to get it through now. Insole. He'll look for Matt in the corner. He got bumped, but he still manages to get on the backboard, and Matt just doesn't feel comfortable going forward for it.
He had to grab that boost, so I don't think he would have gotten there in time. It would have been well off the wall, and he would have had to do something extreme and boost heavy to get that, so it wasn't worth this time.
Well, 1 minute remaining. Time starting to run out here for Rogue. Sizz could double tap this in, but it went off and wide. A shot from Matt, saved by Garrett, away, and the final minute strikes. 56 seconds remaining here. 2 goals needed for Rogue to force overtime. As Jacob will look for Fireburner. They do not connect. Insole finds Matt, but he doesn't really have many good options. He'll pass back to Sizz, and he'll put it up onto the wall, but now Fireburner down towards the net again. I'll look for Jacob. Midfield, just Insole looks for the fake, doesn't find it, gets tackled. Fireburner towards the backboard. Sizz will be up and play it away. Matt sits in net. Fireburner goes for the bump and gets it. But the 50-50 lost in midfield means no goal happens here for NRG. 19 seconds remaining. Rogue trapped in their own half still. Repeatedly just trying to clear, but constantly met by NRG at midfield. As Jacob will rotate in from the orange and be able to block out Matt. Sends the shot back towards the net. It's wide, but it doesn't matter at this point. 5 seconds left on the clock. Up by 2. NRG is going to take 2-game lead here in the series.
Rogue having more shots as well again. A lot closer this time, though. 8 shots for Rogue, 7 shots for NRG. A lot of shots on goalies from Rogue to NRG, but I think a lot of that was trying to pull them out because they were retreating quickly. And honestly, NRG's bumps and demos had a secondary role this time. We saw them bumping net, especially there at the end, even though they had no intention of going up for shots.
Yeah.
But what it does is that third player gets there so late that NRG can either beat them or at least get a good contest on any passing midfield balls, because that third person's usually there to follow through on anything that goes a little bit rogue.
Sure. Nice one.
No.
It's fun, isn't it?
Don't.
It's great.
No.
Feels great.
Stop it now. God, why do they have to name their team when they name their teams words that exist that I want to use? Why?
Nothing will ever be worse than a lot.
That's,
you know,
yeah, that's pretty bad.
That player
pretty bad.
is a nuisance to all casters here. The thing I noticed from Rogue, I felt like their offense was consistently pressuring the ball into the box and then getting multiple shots off the back, where they were able to have one person take a shot and have another person take a shot. And the one goal they scored was off of a play like that, where Matt was able to drop it in underneath Garrett G. But then it felt like the other times when they were doing it, they were just missing. They weren't being able to get the accuracy they needed to send the ball into the goal, even though they were doing everything right up until that point. So Rogue, I don't know if it's pressure, I don't know if it's just nerves or just lacking mechanics right now, but they're not having the accuracy that we know they can have. I mean, the shooting percentage here again from Sizz before this series started, leading the nation here at 38%. I mean, that's nearly 40% shooting percentage, which is bonkers. And he is, I don't believe, scored a goal yet. Maybe he scored the first goal. I do not remember who scored that first goal in game number 1. It was definitely Matt in game 2.
I mean, I know it's an obvious tactic, but if you're going to get scored against and be down against NRG, that's a really tight spot, especially because how well they play defense, and they do kind of switch off on their tactics. They stop going for shots. They stop, pulling themselves out of net. So that first goal really actually is seriously paramount in this matchup.
First goal is very important here in Rocket League. Oh, Matt gets it behind 1, but Garrett G able to immediately counter it back down the field. Fireburner with the long second touch there to put it over Insel. Now Sizz and Insel losing a bit of ball control there. It's just Matt in the back. He puts it to the side. Sizz rotates into net.
Every time you watch NRG rotate through, they go for a bump on net.
Yep, they looked for the goalie, but didn't find him. Now Fireburner, the 50-51 out. Garrett G will look for the pass here. Here it comes. He puts it behind 1. Matt and Sizz both up. Can Jacob make this work? He's got it onto the backboard. He's got Fireburner to work with underneath. He'll just let Fireburner take the shot. It goes high, but Fireburner in to try and roll it in. It goes wide. And the offense just continues to be brutal here from NRG.
Honestly, even those attempts on net, attempts on those goalies are forcing them to maneuver around a little bit. They can hear that boost. They see it coming. So they change their trajectory just a tiny bit. And that enough can make them that much slower to get to a ball.
First time we see Rogue in game number 3 breaking out onto offense. Garrett G is all the way back in net. So well prepared here. And now they're back up with the ball in the box. Multiple shots coming through from NRG again. So they continue just to pile this pressure on. Remember, the winner of this match goes into Season 4 land. The loser will have to watch from home. In the best of 7, you got to do two more times here for NRG, but they've got the 2-game lead. A substantially good start here. They get the bumps in net. Fireburner will take the pass from Jacob and slam it home. NRG's in the lead again.
Rogue struggling heavily for boost to the point where Insolences went to the entire other side of the pitch just to try and get some, assuming Matt and Sizz could hold off this attack. But against NRG, a 3v2 situation seems dire. And now they will be 1 goal up with 3 minutes left.
And they hold on here. Can Rogue manage to make the comeback? They still looking for this first win here in this series. Jacob to try and get this one away. Insol's shot will go wide. Sizz puts it back into the box. Insol will have another opportunity, but Fireburner pitches it high. Match shot off of Garrett, goes through. Got a bit of help on this one. It ties up the game.
Doesn't matter, help or not, this will tie it up for them and give them a chance to try and take a victory here. Garrett and Matt putting that in together. Matt looked like, no. I want to think that he put that into Garrett, assuming it would have a better angle.
I wonder
there's a chance.
If he could possibly see him. I mean, the trail was blue. It definitely went off Garrett.
Yeah. I mean, he saw him coming in, and it seemed like he maybe put it down towards the backboard instead of trying to avoid Garrett, but I think he was just trying to get a nice 50-50. I know he wasn't intending on shooting it, but he may have intended on using him for an angle.
Either way, he'll take it at this point, the tie game. And Rogue starting off with fantastic aggression off the kickoff, nearly taking the lead. All came down to some substantial defense from NRG. Jacob gets it past one onto the backboard, an open net right now. Fireburner takes the shot. Matt does rotate in time to save it away. And now can he get the transition? He does. Past Garrett G into the corner. And so in the middle. We'll look for the pass, but Jacob gets it past 1. Can he get it past Sizz as well? No. The 50-50 going in Rogue's favor. Now Sizz moving it onto the backboard. Moves down to look for goalies. Doesn't need to. Matt is in, has the read. Matt and Sizz meeting up again, and Rogue's got it back.
That wonky corner hit, Sizz hitting that all the way up there. No one wanting to jump up for it just yet. And I think Matt might have gone for a front flip cancel. No, it looked like he was changing on height there. You watched him jump up a bit too high for that, though, and then try to push himself right back down. That's going to give them the lead, so they've got a chance to start mounting some kind of comeback here.
And they need to win 2 straight. Be able to take all the momentum away from NRG. Jacob got the pass and the bump on Sizz. Defense in less than ideal positioning here from Rogue, but it'll work for him as Matt's able to get the follow-up touch uncontested. But Jacob will look for Garrett G, and he can get the pass back down. It doesn't really go into the midfield, so he'll have to carry it himself. Gets it past Insel, and he looks for Fireburner in net. Oh, puts it down. What I meant to say was Garrett G looking for the goalie. Fireburner comes up and gets the pass. The beautiful plays from NRG just continue here.
That was beautiful from Garrett. If you noticed how quickly he landed on all 4 wheels and jumped right back up off the ground to follow that through, and that was every last rapid boost that he had. He had 0 by the time that came off the backboard. Well played by him.
Garrett G helping the team out. Fireburner puts another goal in. You heard it from James earlier. Fireburner, basically the leader in Golden Striker all seasons except for this one. Jacob will play it off the wall and then off the backboard himself. Fireburner comes in to take the shot. Sizz and Matt both up. Sizz will get the save. Matt will stay in net for now. Jacob moves into 50-50, so much in NRG's favor. Fireburner's almost been the 50-50 king. Right now it's working out for the rest of his team as well. Sizz will play this one down. Garrett G in the back. Bench isn't the best. Matt will take a shot towards the net. Fireburner with the save. Out towards Garrett. He'll follow this one up, try to get past Insel. Gets the fake on the wall, and now to drop it back down towards the box. Just one player left to deal with. It's Sizz, but he wins the 50-50, puts it to the corner, gets it to Matt. With 45 seconds left, we're still tied up. A demolition onto Jacob. Matt will take the flick shot towards the net. Fireburner with the save. Despite Sizz still in the box looking for goalies, Fireburner makes the defensive plays and keeps this game tied up.
Another bump as well. Garrett needing to avoid a rogue player there on defense, so now you see them trying to end this right now. They don't want to put this into overtime. This is a chance. They've got a lot of momentum in their favor.
2 backwards touches. Sizz will take a shot towards the net that goes wide. Now Fireburner off the wall. 17 seconds remaining. Tie game in game 3. Sizz will drop it down. Matt looks for the redirect, but it goes just wide of the net. Garrett G with the clear all the way to the other corner. Jacob has Garrett G to work with as he puts it into the box. And Matt, no, this is not what he wants. Oh, Sizz will bail him away. Nearly got the terrible own goal. Fireburner onto the backboard. Jacob's up. There's still time, but the clear from Insel to the empty corner. Overtime in game 3.
2 games to NRG, and again, just a reminder, best of 7. So first of 4 victories will take this series. So NRG still have 2 more in front of them. Rogue can make this just a 1-game series.
If they can get the win here, just takes 1 more goal. Into the corner. He's got Insel to work with. Fireburner will miss and let Garrett G get the clear. He Sizz up first. Now Fireburner on the wall. Puts into the box. Jacob will play it away. Now Fireburner with the transition. Garrett goes for midfield boost.
Oh no.
Fireburner the pass into the middle of the box, but Insel will be able to send it away. Fireburner on the rotation here. Sizz off the wall. Matt lurks at midfield. He'll look for this touch from Fireburner. Goes up, gets it past 2. Can he follow this through? It'll be Garrett G who sends it away. Sizz the pinch back into the box. Insel airborne alongside Matt. That's all 3 players committed. The breakaway. Does Sizz have enough boost to get there? He'll send it to the side, but this is still a dangerous situation. Jacob passes to Garrett G over to the side wall. And you saw Fireburner fall back there, looking for boost himself. Keep the pressure going in midfield.
This is rough. Rogue has no boost. That retreat took everything out of them. Matt gets there just in time.
Beautiful touch by Matt over the top of Garrett and Jacob as the first minute of overtime comes and goes. Still tied up here. Next goal takes the victory in game 3.
That's where you have to be careful. These retreats, these quick retreats require everyone to use most of their boost to get back in time. Garrett dropping it.
What's the play? Look at the follow through from Jacob, knowing where Garrett was going to put this and getting the win for NRG.
I don't know how he was able to read this, but I guess all these hours, it dropped straight down. Honestly, I want to say he was just going to go for a bump on goalie again, but the ball rolled in front of him, so he figured he'd take a shot. Jacob will give them the winning goal for their 3rd game in a row. They're looking to get a hard sweep here to qualify for land.
That is the dual threat opportunity there from Jacob. He can either go for the goalie, or if the opportunity presents itself, he can take the shot. Ends up being the latter there as they get the win here, putting up 13 shots here. against the, what is this, 11 from Rogue. First time we've seen them lead in shots in this series.
And that is kind of a big tell. The fact that Rogue were able to lead, especially in the first game, they had double the shots, but just couldn't put them in. So that's a tell on both NRG's defense and Rogue's attempts at net. There were a couple times I know you'll just take it at goalie. Why not? If it's a hard shot and they're in a bad place, they need to use boost, and it won't be a great spot. And you'll see Rogue all of a sudden. That's when they turn things on. All the fire, or, fire comes out, and they just all start pushing. And I don't mean fire burner. I was using the terminology for
okay.
flames.
You can just hear the puns coming out of this. This is your second one so far. You know,
of all the days.
It's great stuff here. What is this? 9 saves from Rogue. They are having to play up so much more defense, and these numbers are a little bit bloated because we had an overtime. And overtimes always mean that there's just more stats because you have more time to put up the stats in the single game. But here, NRG now, with Rogue on match point. Rogue has to reverse. We've been a best of 7, something that I think has maybe never happened in RLCS. It's quite the feat if it ever has. These guys, with their backs against the wall, if they want to make it to land, this is where they have to start playing.
And this is what the desk had predicted. Maybe not as heavily in favor of NRG, but they are our regional gods. I mean, they do nothing but win regionals. They are online masters. They know how to perform, and when the pressure's on, they rarely cave.
I mean, they rarely come into the playoffs as the #1 seed or with a perfect record at all. These guys have always had, seasons, regular seasons where it has looked just normal. It's just kind of been a thing. And then in the playoffs, they turn it on and they shine in a way that nobody else does.
They used to show up a little battered and bruised, but they're always willing to perform, and they always put the time in.
Fireburner with Jacob to work with over the top of Insel. He'll get the pass off. Look at this play. All around the defense. Doesn't matter. NRG strikes.
You just have to watch Fireburner's thought process here, knowing who's in front of him, knowing who's behind him. Side Jason just comes in, but he's not able to get the bump as he was in the middle of front flipping, so he couldn't change his trajectory. Fireburner just rolls with the punches. He gets bumped a bit, but it doesn't matter. He finds Jacob, and they will get the first goal within 30 seconds.
And I believe Insel switched to Batmobile. Oh dear, that's a miss from Matt. Insel will be able to send that one away. Pretty sure he wasn't playing Batmobile in the first 3 games.
Who?
We'll see if that makes a difference. Insel.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant Jacob.
They were triple octane. Yeah, no changes in the cars from the NRG side of things. This is up high over the top of Garrett. Matt won't be able to do much with it. Fireburner to follow this one through. What a beautiful win in the 50-50 all the way into the box. Sizz has to play it away. Puts it straight back to Fireburner. Now Matt with the clear. Garrett to the side. Matt following Jacob. It will get the demo. He was chasing him for a while there. Insel in the corner. Back out of the midfield. Nobody in a good position to shoot for Rogue. The transition will come through again. Fireburner just wins the touch outright towards the box. Does it all by himself. Wraps it around the entire length of the field. 2-0 NRG.
We saw him get a crazy amount of pinches off the sidewall. He's so good at 50-50s, he wins them with walls. But we see nobody there for it. I wasn't able to catch it. There was a bump in time.
He picked the boost, too.
Yeah.
He gets 2 touches on the wall, picks up, so he has full boost to work with to make that shot happen. Beautiful transition. Now, I didn't see if a boost happened in net either, but I'm pretty sure all 3 of their players were all the way in the back. Fireburner off of the kickoff. You can see Sizz in no way prepared for this shot to happen. And this is one of the first times I feel like I've really seen that going for boost immediately off of kickoff immediately pay off. Fireburner picks up the boost in the corner and then goes immediately into air. Beautiful shot placement, 3-0 NRG.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to track every opponent, especially right off of kickoff, so I assume that he thought Fireburner didn't have the boost to follow that through. He used most of his 100 and almost a 4th goal. Fireburner just playing out of his mind this game.
Absolutely brutal play. And the last time we saw these 2 teams play each other in the regional championships was the regional championship game from Season 3. You know how that series went? A 4-0 sweep by NRG. They could do it again here. Garrett will look to play this one into the corner. Jacob look to take a shot, not going to find it. Jacob will slow this one down, just immediately turns it around, tries to take a shot, but Insel will block it away. 2:53 left on the clock here. Garrett tries to play it down. It's still a 3-goal lead for NRG. Currently shutting out Rogue here in Game 4. Insel into the middle. Matt will look to send it back up. He'll look to try and take a shot. Passes to Sizz. The team play does not work. Oh, finally, Matt will finish it off, and they'll get on the board here.
I mean, just watching this execution right here shows how good Rogue truly is. Insel out to Sizz, and then Matt still support just in case it went off the post. They're still an incredible team, but they're struggling against an NRG team that really seems to just be on form today.
And right here at halftime, down by 2. NRG still is holding on to this lead right now. Rogue has a lot of work cut out for them.
That was also Rogue's first shot on net this game.
Oh my goodness, these guys absolutely getting just completely suffocated in their own half.
Ooh.
And that's the second time I think we've seen Matt miss a touch, an uncontested touch in his own box. And look at the pass from Jacob back, 2 players up. This should be a goal for Garrett. Oh, but he misses in the air. Fireburner will drop it in underneath anyways, and we're back to a 3-goal lead.
There's sometimes as an analyst I just don't want to talk about things. This goal is one of those things I just don't want to talk about. So I'm not gonna.
Okay, well, if you don't want to.
I'm boycotting talking about that goal.
2:07 left on the clock. And a 3-goal deficit for Rogue. In their last 3 meetings, including this one, Rogue has won 1 game. Fireburner up, he'll drop another beautiful shot in.
So pretty.
It's the
Watch
most.
watch this. Jacob, Garrett,
The team plays.
Fireburner.
Just upside down, and this is a nice passive aerial too. He like gets the boost he needs, and then he just lets his car float all the way into the ball.
Yeah.
But between the regional championship, which was 4-0 in season 3, the time they played in league play, which went 3-1 in favor of NRG, and now what's looking like almost a guaranteed 4-0 sweep here for NRG again.
I mean, it seems like you can feel the pressure, although the bumps from Matt taking almost 2 out.
Garrett still gets the save to send it away. Rogue needs these goals so badly right now. They are running out of so much time. And losing this game right here knocks them out of contention for Season 4 land. It qualifies NRG the 4th season in a row.
Now, Rogue still will qualify for the next season of league play. So
Yes.
they're not gone. They haven't made it at least that far. But this is your shot at making it to land in Washington, D.C. in just about a month now, actually.
Absolutely. Garrett to try and play a pass. Can't get it past Matt there. Fireburner down in the back corner. He'll look to play it away. As I was saying, a win in this game with 1 minute remaining, down by 4, it's looking more and more likely. It's almost guaranteed at this point that NRG will have the sweep of Rogue here, which would improve their last 3 meetings to 11-1 in favor of Rogue. 11 wins, no, in favor of NRG, excuse me. Yeah, look at that score. And the bump on net would help them out. Make it a 3-goal game, 43 seconds remaining. Still technically possible, but extremely difficult.
Just trying to stop the Brazil.
Yep, that's right.
The bump sits on Garrett. The bumps really have been already the first 3 years of the day. I know that when that big patch rolled around, we saw a lot more demolitions and a lot more bumps kind of becoming part of everyone's playstyle. But this match in particular, we've seen it pretty much just a staple in a lot of the goals that have been scored, especially on the side of NRG.
Yeah, look at those in there by removing the defense. Only 30 seconds remaining. Fireburner, the slow play. Look at the, my goodness, he is so comfortable right now. The amount of goals this man is putting up is absolutely insane right now. 5 goals on 6 shots. Just absolutely outplays the first defender.
Just talking about, I mean, this stat padding at this point.
Yeah.
Accuracy, he saw that Sizz had the highest accuracy in the league. He's like, no, let me show you accuracy, buddy. 5 goals on 6 shots.
The guy is an absolute monster here. With 17 seconds remaining, back up to a 4-goal lead. It is guaranteed at this point. We'll see the sweep of NRG over Rogue. Second time we've seen them do it here in the regional championships. 11-1 in their last 3 meetings. Rogue struggling so much to find a win here over NRG. And we'll see NRG for their 4th season in a row at the season World Championships.
Congratulations to NRG. I know it seemed a little anticlimactic since that was such a hard sweep. We saw a lot of really good sportsmanship at the very beginning of it in chat. We saw GG's.
Yes.
We see Matt right now congratulating them in chat. Well, not we see, I see. Good luck, guys. But, you know, just to see that kind of thing, so much good sportsmanship. I think Rogue knew they were coming into this match at a disadvantage. They understood these are the online monsters. These are the North American online champions time and time again. What are we supposed to do? They performed so well. They were the best performing North American team at LAN. The roster hasn't changed. So in general, there's a lot of things against you if you're Rogue, but they put up a good fight. They showed how good they were. The goals they did score were still incredibly played. They were just, it's tough. You're going against an NRG that's in near perfect form, almost no mistakes out of them, perfect pressure, nearly perfect defense, always there for everything. And NRG is looking in a good place to try and put themselves in a high seeding going into the Worlds. results.
Absolutely. And the story of the shots, we were talking about the shot differential here in this final game, 11-5 in favor of NRG. What started with seeing Rogue putting up double as many shots as NRG in the game number 1, and then it just slowly all did is that he switched places there in the shot differences. In all of those games, NRG was able to get the victory here. So they just slowly figured out NRG and could make their magic work. So well done, NRG, qualifying for Season 4.
You can feel the pressure. You saw things like players like Matt making misses that he doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen for him. He made, I think, 3 like pretty heavy-handed, just full-on. I didn't make contact with the ball misses, which is very unlike him. But I think they started feeling the pressure once they were down by 2 games, then 3 games. Once they were 1 game away from getting knocked out, they were playing a little bit hectic, a little bit haphazard. They weren't working as a team. They were working as individuals, which is usually where people resort to when they're feeling a lot of pressure. They're just like, I'm going to do my best. And it's hard to think about your teammates. But either way, really well played by both of these teams.
Absolutely.